Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. What a matchday OT was. I mean, who could have thought that Arsenal and Manchester City would go on to lose their matches against Newcastle and Bournemouth, and Liverpool would remain on top of the table with 25 points, 2 points more than City and Arsenal, having like 7 points difference with Liverpool, and it's not even the craziest part yet. I mean, Nottingham Forest are literally at third place with 19 points. I mean, Nuno Espirito Santos is doing wonders with this Nottingham Forest, and who knows how far this Forest team can actually go. But let's talk about the matches that happened yesterday, starting on with Arsenal versus Newcastle, with Arsenal losing the match by 1-0. And this game against Newcastle proved 1 point very much clear, that this team without Martin Odegaard is different. And with Odegaard, they are different, because the whole game they lacked creativity. I mean, Leandro Trossard was playing as a second striker, or almost similar role of Odegaard, but he wasn't able to produce anything at all. I mean, Trossard no doubt is a great player, but only when he comes on a substitute he doesn't have enough of energy press relentlessly. Neither the creativity to replace or at least substitute that capability of Odegaard, because Newcastle knew what Arsenal were going to do, and Arsenal are so predictable, it's as if everyone knows what they want to do. Their plan is pretty simple control. The game have possession overload on one side of the flank and switch it to other flank. And there you go. A chance creating action. But Newcastle read them like paper easily. And Eddie Howe perfectly went with in formation of almost 4-4-2 to man marking each of the Arsenal players equally. And what they were doing was to allow Arsenal to have possession and be more dominant. But centrally they were compact. They were blocking the central channels, which pushed Arsenal wide, and both Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka weren't able to do anything at all, as both wingers Joelinton and Anthony Gordon were tracking back to defend against them, and not allow both Saka or Martinelli get 1v1 with their wingbacks most of the time, and their plan worked perfectly, like Saka literally completed 0 dribbles against Lewis Hall. This tells how good Newcastle were. And after the goal of Isak, which was amazing to be honest, like first of all the cross from Gordon, which was peach of beauty, and Isak just perfectly headed it in the net. Like, this goal reminded me of Lewandowski header against Real Madrid. Both goals are so similar. Defense are asleep. Isak was just creeping in to score it, just to throw some wild stats here. Like, Isak had more shot on target than entire Arsenal team. Arsenal had 1, he had 2. Like, this tells us the level Arsenal were playing, and second half in Newcastle shifted in 4-5-1 and went on to defend the lead. Till the end, Arsenal weren't able to do anything at all. Like, Lewis Hall was so good today, won the man of the match, and deservedly. So then Anthony Gordon, again, he was balling, he was playing on right wing, but still, his output is there, was tremendous. Isak continuing his goal-scoring form. Bit Arsenal, they have to improve a lot. I mean, they are too far behind in the title race as of now. And next match was between Manchester City versus Bournemouth, and this Matt H. If City had won it, they would have been 8 points clear on top of the table, but they had to bottle it. And you know what? They have the same problem, if not bigger, because Arteta would find a way to play without Odegaard. And Odegaard is coming back, think till end of the month. But Rodri, mate, he is coming back next season. And without Rodri, this team doesn't give the feeling of Manchester City, but that of Manchester United. Because without Rodri, the whole midfield of City feels redundant. I mean, they have 0 ball winners in midfield. Bournemouth were literally bypassing their midfield. It's as if it wasn't even Thier. It was horrendous from Manchester City. I mean, like, first off, all what is even Thier formation? Like last season, 3-2-4-1 fine. This season, even I don't wear a player. Everyone is playing with freedom, and the bigger issue is that half of their main team players are almost injured if this continues onwards. Like, this Manchester City might not win Premier League this time, because Liverpool are not backing down at all with their slot ball, and Manchester City are just not clicking anymore. First and foremost, in winter transfer window, they have to bring in someone who plays like Rodri, is direct replacement no matter what, because they need it. Then Haaland, he has improved himself. Like, he had so many chances though. He was unlucky today. His form lately hasn't been great in Premier League, especially like Manchester City. Rarely play direct balls to him for feed him whenever he asks, and when they do play, he isn't able to convert them. Though, another reason of today's performance could be that he was pretty hardly fouled, and he was wobbling throughout the game, but no injuries news has arrived yet. Like, Nunes had great game, he was a threat from that left-hand side, he was creating some good chances for Haaland from time to time. He wasn't able to convert them similarly. Foden, good game, improved himself. A lot in second half, was close to scoring a lot of times. He is still, I believe, is getting in shape. Like, at times he isn't that sharp like last season. Then best things that happened was first Gavardiol. This guy has literally a striker turned defender story. Like, he has scored like 6 away goals so far. I mean, he is crazy. His goal scoring ability is really something else. Then Doku. He came for a few minutes, but was an absolute menace on the pitch. He was constantly creating chaos and trying to do something that City mostly lacked. Like Pep Guardiola, his press conference summed it perfectly. That City weren't able to keep with Bournemouth intensity, and that's what happened then. Liverpool defeating Brighton 2-1 with Gakpo, and Salah scoring back-to-back goals, and what goal it was from Salah, still at the age of 33 dominating the Premier League. Then also, not to forget the banger from Ferdi Kataloglu. I didn't watch the whole game, so I can't say anything though. One thing is pretty much clear, that Arnie Slotball is different gravy, and Liverpool are looking live favorites to win Premier League so far. So that's it for today, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe the channel, that would help a lot, and thank you for watching the video.